सो हेलो एवरीवन एंड वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। एंड आज का वीडियो कुछ डिफरेंट होने वाला है। तो डिफरेंट क्या मतलब रिएक्शन वीडियो आई थिंक पहले भी हम डाल चुके हैं इस चैनल पे। तो ये भी एक रिएक्शन है और मेरा भी कुछ है इसमें पर्सपेक्टिव वीडियो। एंड आई रियली वांट इट I really wanted to make this video, make reaction on this video, and I have and give some my perspective on this thing. So I made this video. So I don't know if it's called cringe or something, but I really wanted to do this video. And I hope you guys like the video, and if you like, give the thumbs up and comment down below. And so bye and take care. See ya. Have a good day.
In Korea. Today I'm going to talk about 7 things I hate about being a Korean guy. And I thought it would be interesting to have an insight of a Korean guy who's living in Korea, who used to live abroad, so I can kind of compare my experiences when I was abroad and when I'm in Korea right now. Number 1, going to the army. As you guys know, Korea is still a divided
Yes, going to the army. कोरिया में हर एक लड़के को आर्मी में जाना पड़ता है। पर इसका पॉजिटिव भी है और नेगेटिव भी है। तो ये
country, we have North and South. Korean men have to do mandatory military service. And people say like you should take pride that you served for your country. People say you learn a lot from the army, gain a lot of experiences, you gain a lot of memories, you gain good friends. Yes, of course, yes. But I can also learn outside of the army. So like we go to the army when we're in our early 20s. Well, in international age, we go when we're like 18, 19, 20, 21, usually around this age. You know, imagine like you just became an adult. There are so many things you want to do. You want to travel, you want to see the world, you want to party, and you have to spend 2 years of your like most important time to really enjoy your youth. You have to spend it in the army. I mean, yes, I did learn the importance of my family, my friends. I learned that sometimes life is unfair. You have to obey the rules, even if you think they're not right. You have to put up with people that you don't get along with. There are so many things you learn, but I feel like there are so many things you can learn in the outside world at that age, and I feel like I just lost the chance to do that. Talk about the money we were paid. We were paid so little back then. I think it was less than $200 per month. It's not enough to cover the things like you need. When you go out for vacations, you have to pay for transportation, you have to pay for food. You do need to buy things, even if you're in the army. Like cosmetics, I was really shocked. You would think in the army, like guys would not care about their skin, but oh my god, people are so obsessed about skincare in the army. So before I went to the army, I was using like these all-in-one lotions for men. Wash my face, put like one lotion, and that was it. When I went to the army, people were using like toner, lotions, moisture cream, eye cream. It's not just few people, like a lot of people. So I was really shocked. If I had the chance to go back again, I would never go back again. Never. Now, even they don't want to go to the army, you know? Number 2, being for
I agree with him कि जस्ट हाँ ये सही है कि हाँ उस टाइम पे आर्मी जाना मतलब कुछ अच्छे चीज़ को क्या बोलते हैं एक्सपीरियंस करना। मतलब ऐसा बोला जाता है कि हाँ अच्छा है ना कि आर्मी में जा रहे हैं, कुछ अच्छे दोस्त बनाओगे, थोड़ा घुलोगे मिलोगे, थोड़ा बाहर की दुनिया देखोगे, मिलिट्री मतलब कि अच्छा है। लेकिन क्या ज़रूरी है कि आर्मी में जाना ज़रूरी नहीं है। मतलब कि अगर हम कहीं बाहर भी जा रहे हैं ना तो वो भी एक अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस या ख़राब एक्सपीरियंस मतलब कुछ ना कुछ सिखाता ही है। तो ऐसा नहीं है कि बस अगर आर्मी में जा रहे हैं तो आप वो सब चीज़ एक्सपीरियंस कर पाएंगे। अगर आप कहीं बाहर भी जाते हैं ना तो वो चीज़ आप एक्सपीरियंस कर सकते हैं। ये ज़रूरी नहीं है। सो आई एग्री विथ हिम।
forced to study, to be more specific, being forced to study instead of trying to find what you're good at or developing what you're good at. Korea is a very like pressured society when it comes to like education. I don't know, when I was in high school, we had to stay in
या ये तो आई थिंक ये तो इंडिया में भी होता है। एजुकेशन जो है वो फर्स्ट प्रायोरिटी रहता है पेरेंट्स के लिए, सबके लिए। मतलब कि अगर कोई गेमिंग में जाना चाहता है या फिर क्रिकेटर या फिर टेनिस में आ जाता है, तो वो उतना ज़्यादा वो प्रेफर नहीं करता है कि ये सेफ़ नहीं है, आप एक गवर्नमेंट जॉब लो वो सेफ़ रहेगा, आप एक बहुत अच्छे से कुछ पोस्ट पे चल जाओ वो सेफ़ रहेगा। मतलब कि पढ़ाई इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट इन इंडिया ऑल्सो।
in school until 10 p.m. Our class is finished at 4 p.m. or something. I don't remember.
एंड ये चीज़ जो है ना कोरियन में पता नहीं कैसे है, कोरिया में मतलब वहाँ पे बच्चे रात तक स्कूल में रहते हैं। मतलब पता नहीं क्या क्या एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज़ होता है, पता नहीं क्या क्या होता है। पर हमारे यहाँ इतना मतलब कि पढ़ाई पे है ऐसा, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है कि स्कूल में दिन भर रहना ये नहीं है। मतलब दोपहर तक छुट्टी हम लोग का तो हो जाता है, राइट।
We have like 2 hours of like extra curriculum. At 6 p.m. we have dinner, like we have a 1 hour dinner break, and then we had to study like in the classroom for like 3 hours and go home at 10 p.m. It was like really tough. When I was living in England and New Zealand, I felt like I had more opportunity to, search for things that I'm good at, and I felt like I was encouraged to do the things that I love doing. It doesn't have to be like getting a good grade, just studying. In Korea, you just have to study, get good grades, go to a good school, good university, graduate, and then find a good job, like work in a big company like Samsung. I always wanted to do art. I was always passionate about cooking, but those kind of things were seen as something that is really hard to be successful with, something that you can't make money with. So I had to give that up. It was like my choice, but it was like the society giving me the pressure, the feeling that those things can't get you to success, meaning money. Well, nowadays it's changing. I think students are encouraged to like look for things that they're good at, but still there's a lot of like pressure just to like study and get good grades. Number 3, having the pressure to have a nice car and
ओके, तो सेकंड था कि पढ़ाई, या ये तो हर जगह ही आई थिंक होता है कि स्टडी को ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट दो कुछ चीज़। धीरे धीरे आजकल चीज़ें चेंज हो रहा है, पर इट्स टेक टाइम।
a nice house to impress others, not for your happiness. In Korea, like people care so much about what kind of car you're driving, what kind of house you're living in. People change their car every few years. I don't know. Like, this is so weird. When I was living in England, I don't know if it's the same.
या कोरिया में मतलब आई थिंक सबके पास कार जो भी है अमीर, मतलब कि वहाँ पे उतना बहुत ज़्यादा गैप है रिच पीपल एंड पुअर पीपल में। ऐसे अगर इंडिया में देखा जाए तो ज़रूरी नहीं है कि आपके पास कार हो, अगर मतलब कि ज़रूरी नहीं है यहाँ पे। अगर बहुत अगर हम लोग के यहाँ है क्या है कि ज़रूरत के समय अगर ज़रूरत अगर है ना तभी कार लेते हैं लोग, वरना नहीं भी है ना तो कोई उतना नहीं है इशू है। लेकिन आजकल थोड़ा थोड़ा बढ़ने लगा है ये सब चीज़ का क्रेज। कार होना चाहिए, अच्छा वाला कार होना चाहिए।
Now, it was fine to get a second-hand car. Like, it was fine to drive the car that your dad was driving or your mom was driving for your first car because, you need to practice. It's fine if the car is working fine. You don't feel the pressure to get a new car, like a fancy new car. But in Korea, it's different. Like, if you're in a certain social status or a certain age, there's a pressure, like, to get a nice car to look like you're successful. Last year, I got my license. I got a really cheap, small car. It was the first time I'm driving. I didn't know if I would be good at driving. I didn't want to, like, spend so much on cars. I've never been, like, someone who, wanted, like, a nice car. I was fine with it. But people around me kept telling me, like, oh, like, Danny, like, you make quite a bit of money. I don't. But why don't you get a nicer car? Why are you driving this like really shitty car? People might think you're not doing so well at your work. People might not take you seriously. And especially when I went to work meetings, I kind of felt it like people were judging me from the car I was driving. Even my friends, they're like, yeah, like, saving and being modest is good, but isn't this too much? And of course I had to change my car because, well, I was, getting the hang of driving, and also I was always on the highway, so I need a safer car. So I was like searching for options, and then like this pressure got to me, and I ended up getting a nice car. It was a big upgrade, to be honest. So like the first car I got was like $7,000. It was an old car, and then like the new car I got was almost like $50,000. So it was like a huge upgrade. I'm happy with my car. I really like it. It's safe. It's nice. It's cool. But I do feel like I had like a big upgrade because I was feeling the pressure. Let's not let that get to me anymore. Number 4, pressure of paying for everything if you're the oldest in a group. In Korea, when you're the oldest in the group, like you feel like you have to pay, and a lot of times.
हमारे हमारे यहाँ अगर कोई बड़ा है, अगर हम कॉलेज में क्या होता है, कॉलेज में अगर कोई सीनियर है ना तो भाई वो तो पे करेगा ही नहीं भाई, हम ही लोग से पे करवाएगा। यहाँ पे उल्टा है, बताओ। यहाँ पे ऑल्डर लोग पे करना जरूरी होता है, पर हमारे यहाँ ऐसा होता है कि मतलब जो बड़ा है, मतलब कि हाँ, ऐसा अगर अगर बड़े लोग में देखा जाए ना कि जैसे मम्मी पापा या फिर ऐसे बड़े बड़े लोग में देखा जाए ना, एल्डर लोग, तो उसमें हाँ ऐसा होता है कि बड़े लोग पे कर रहे हैं, बड़े लोग ही पे करेंगे, छोटे लोग नहीं करेंगे। पर अगर हम लोग टीनेजर्स में देखा जाए ना तो ऐसा नहीं है कुछ।
If you're the oldest, you pay. Not all the time, not everyone's like that, but it's a very common culture in Korea. And sometimes it's a burden. I'm happy to pay for other people, like buy people, my friends, a meal, a drink, but I don't want to do that all the time. Just because I'm the oldest in a group, I don't want to feel like I have to pay all the time. But I think these days it's changing, but still, there's pressure. Number 5, being judged for my looks. Like I told you, Korea, we care so much.
या ये तो हर जगह होता है, पर कोरिया में आई थिंक ये ज़्यादा होता है क्योंकि वहाँ पे ज़्यादा लुक्स आपका मैटर करता है। वहाँ पे मतलब आप सही नहीं दिखते हो ना तो मतलब बहुत कुछ सहना पड़ता है। ऐसा हम वीडियोज़ और ये सब में देखे हैं, मतलब वो तो वहाँ जाने के बाद ही पता चलेगा।
About what other people think. So we have like this pressure of looking neat all the time, wearing nice clothes, having nice hair, having nice skin. I think Korean people are very sensitive about weight. You would hear Korean people always talking about, oh, I'm on a diet, even when they don't need a diet. You're judged so much for gaining weight. They don't need a diet. You're judged so much for gaining weight. So people get like the pressure to stay fit, to look fit, to stay slim. Sometimes you want to be out of shape. Sometimes you don't want to work out all the time. Sometimes you don't want to dress nicely. Sometimes you don't want to shave. But I feel like there's a lot of pressure on how we look, how we appear, the things we wear. It's a very pressured society. I feel like I'm going to get so much hate for saying all this. Number 6, being compared to a K-pop star or a K-drama actor all the time. I mean, it's nice to get complimented.
Yeah. दिस इज मतलब क्योंकि वहाँ पे ना ऐसा बहुत क्रेज है के पॉप के ड्रामा, और यहाँ आजकल तो हर वर्ल्ड में ही हो गया आई थिंक क्रेज। तो किसी न किसी इंसान को देखो, वहाँ कोरिया जाने के बाद तो हम लोग भी यही सोचते हैं यार वो उसके जैसा दिख रहा है, वो उसके दिख रहा है। ऐसा अगर जाने के बाद तो ऐसे ही हम लोग सोचेंगे, और सही में ये शायद कहीं ना कहीं ज़्यादा हो जाता होगा क्योंकि ये सारे जो है थोड़े थोड़े सेम सेम दिखते हैं। तो सेम सेम दिखते हैं तो थोड़ा सा मतलब कि एकदम एग्जैक्ट सेम नहीं, मतलब थोड़े जैसे कि इंडिया को अगर देखा जाए तो यहाँ ज़्यादा वैरायटी है, पर वहाँ पे ऐसा जीन में उतना वेरिएशन नहीं है, मतलब उतना वैरायटी नहीं है। तो इसकी वजह से सब कंपेयर अपने जो भी लड़का लोग रहता है उससे कंपेयर करने लगेंगे कोरियन के ड्रामा एक्टर्स से या फिर के पॉप आइडियल से, और के ड्रामा के जो भी मेल लीड होते हैं जैसे वो करते हैं वैसा सोचते हैं कि मतलब कि वहाँ के लड़का लोग भी ऐसे ही करते होंगे, पर ऐसा कुछ नहीं है यार। मतलब कि वो भी हम लोग की तरह नॉर्मल इंसान है। वहाँ के जो लड़के लोग हैं जो वो भी हमारी तरह ही, हम लोग जैसे यहाँ पे हैं लड़के लोग इंडिया में या फिर कहीं और फॉरेन कंट्री में, उन लोग भी वैसे ही है। मतलब ऐसा कोई नहीं है कि वो वैसा ही जैसा के ड्रामा में दिखाया जाता है वैसा एग्जैक्ट वही चीज़ रहेगा, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। मतलब ये के ड्रामा ये सब तो इमेजनरी वर्ल्ड है, राइट? और वहाँ से बाहर निकलो और रियल वर्ल्ड में आओ यार।
Compliments like, oh, you look like someone, and usually those people are very like handsome and cool, like, oh, like thank you. But if it's like all the time, it just feels weird. Sometimes people like try so hard to find someone to compare me with, and they come up with someone and I don't even look like that person. Like if I really look like someone and they're like, oh my god, you look like that person, I mean that's fine, and I'm sure it's a compliment. But sometimes they're like, you look like oh you look like I'm like, I don't. We like have one thing in common that two things in common. We're both like Korean guys. Like sometimes I just want to be seen as me, as myself. It also gives you like a certain pressure that you have to be up to that standard. I mean, K-pop stars and K-drama actors, they're so handsome. They look nice all the time, and you feel the pressure that you have to look like that. There was one time when I was traveling, there were these people at the bar, and they were like saying, "You look like someone," and I was like, "Yeah, okay, thank you." And then they were like really drunk, and they kept saying like, "Oh, like why don't you like dance like this person? Why can't you do this like this person?" I mean, I just found it really rude. You don't have to compare me to someone all the time, and I don't have to act like those people that you think I look like. It's annoying. Number 7, last but not least, being told that I'm not a real man when I don't want to drink or when I don't want to go to certain places. Not all the time, but sometimes when we have like business meetings and they...
And this is the गजब ये जो अजीब सा है, मतलब कि अगर आप ड्रिंक नहीं कर रहे हैं तो आप रियल मैन नहीं हो। इंडिया में तो मतलब यार क्या ही बताए, अगर कोई ड्रिंक करने लग जाए तो उसको भाई उसकी वाइफ तो मतलब झाड़ू लेकर के मारेगी, बता रहे। और बच्चे तो कर ही नहीं सकते, और मतलब कि करते हैं ऐसा नहीं है, लेकिन अगर आप देखें तो कि ऐसा कोई रूल नहीं है मतलब इंडिया में कि अगर आप पी नहीं रहे हो तो आप एक रियल मैन नहीं हो। और ये रूल होना भी नहीं चाहिए, मतलब कि ये क्यों? पीना ज़रूरी थोड़ी है, पीना सेहत के लिए अच्छा नहीं होता है, राइट? आई डोंट नो कि
offer like to have a drink or dinner, like that's fine. Usually like with the older generation, after a few drinks, you know, you talk about a lot of things and you get a bit drunk and they ask very like personal stuff, and sometimes they offer to go to these hostess bars, those karaoke's where you pay for people to sit with you and pour drinks and, you know, like have fun with. I mean, okay, like it's your thing. You can do whatever you want. Like I'm not gonna judge. I do judge, but I'm not gonna judge. Like do your thing, but I don't want to do it. That's just not my thing. I'm not comfortable of the idea of hiring someone to sit with me, to drink with me, pour my drink.
दिस इज नॉट, ये अच्छा रूल नहीं है यार कि अगर आप ऐसा नहीं करो तो आप रियल मैन नहीं हो। और ऐसा होता होगा, अगर ऐसा रूल है तो सब चिढ़ाते होंगे किसी को। अगर किसी को नहीं है सब कुछ करने का, और ऑफकोर्स नहीं करेगा यार, ऐसा चीज़ को, खराब चीज़ को कोई करना भी नहीं चाहेगा। और अगर कोई कर भी रहा है तो वो उसका मर्जी है, लेकिन ये ऐसा ज़रूरी नहीं है कि आप ऐसा करो ही करो। दिस इज़ नॉट गुड
environment, it's just really uncomfortable. Sometimes it gets out of control. Like I don't want to be a part of that. Sometimes I get offers like, oh, let's have a drink. Oh, do you like karaoke's? Do you like hostess bars? And I'm like, no, I don't like, and I don't want to go there. And they would like say, oh, you're not a real man. Like real men should know how to enjoy and have a good time. I can have a good time. Like I love having fun. I love having a drink. I love partying, but I don't have to go to those places. You know, I don't need to do that. And sometimes I don't want to drink at all. Like even in a normal bar or a restaurant, sometimes I have things to do the next day, and I don't want to drink all the time. I think this is a really weird culture. Not being able to decline like things like this. You feel like you have to like go to these like drinking meetings. We call it peshik, to get along and to get a promotion if you're working in a company. I don't like that. Anyway, I talked about 7 things I hate about being a Korean guy. Don't get me wrong, I am proud of who I am and my origins. There are good things about living in Korea and being a Korean, but there are also bad things about being a Korean guy.
Yes, everything have its good and bad things, सब चीज़ का है। तो ये सिर्फ कोरिया या फिर इंडिया या फिर यूएस, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि वहाँ पे लोग ज़्यादा ही कोई अच्छा है, ज़्यादा ही कोई बुरा है। हर चीज़ में कोई ना कोई पॉजिटिव और कुछ ना कुछ नेगेटिव होता है हर जगह का, और हर इंसान का भी।
Living in Korea. This is just my personal experience and personal opinion. Everyone has different experience. Everyone has different opinion. I respect that. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Bye. 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 Bye.
Bye. So let's end the video, and I hope you liked it, and I really wanted to react with this video. I don't know why, but I really want to. So अगर I don't know, पता नहीं चल रहा है कि हम इसको पोस्ट भी करें, अपलोड भी करें या नहीं, क्योंकि this is like a reaction video I think, but I want to share it with you guys, man, really. So अगर ऐसा कुछ होता है तो बाद में हटा दिया जाएगा, पर अभी तो हमको अपलोड करने का मन है। So let's meet in another video.